Hello, good to see you again on the Inspired Men Network. What a blessed privilege to be talking to you. I promise we're going to start a new series of thoughts, kind of cool, kind of interesting in this from this episode, and it's on becoming a man. Becoming a man. I said becoming a man because let me admit this to you. Let me say this one. It took me a lot of effort to come up with becoming a man. Not that becoming a man is not simple, but I had a lot of things in mind that okay, let's talk about it. But I found out that the central theme of my conversation is that how can you become a better man? What has helped some of us to become who we are today, and that's one of the things I want us to discuss about. I could have talked about what is a man, who is a man, the art of being a man, but I think becoming a man will do justice to what we are about to discuss. And I said that I'm going to say this: to be a man is not a day's job. Yes, I say that again so that you hear what I said. To be a man is not a day's job. Nothing makes you a man overnight. To be a man requires a process. But before we get to that, I said I'm going to talk today with you about I want to identify with the realities of the struggles that we face as men. Listen, even though we have victories, we also have struggles. In fact, you need to have struggles so that you can have victories. And one of the major struggles we face, I'm going to identify two today. One of the struggles we face is the struggle to perform. I call it the performance pressure. So many things expect us to perform and to perform optimally. It seems as if the mark sheet for us as men is so high that sometimes it's almost impossible to get an A. It's almost impossible to get a distinction, because as you move up, the standard goes up, and that alone is pressurizing. That alone puts us under pressure. We are under pressure to perform spiritually, we're under pressure to perform financially, we are all under pressure to perform emotionally, we are under pressure to perform sexually. So much hinge on us. And one of the things I found out is that we have very few platforms, very few occasions by which we ourselves we are nurtured. Now it's a major issue that I have observed, that many things are trying to draw from us, but very few are given to us, and that's what the society has placed us under, and unconsciously that's what we have imbibed. Most of the time it stems from the way our parents raised us as boys, as males. There are things that you're expected to do that the female is not expected to do. You hear something like, why are you doing this as a female? The question is this: do male have emotions? Do male feel pressured? Do male do this? Yes, but there's a permissiveness that goes for the female gender, and for the male the standards are increased, and it translates into pressure for us, because many a times we don't really know how to deal with this pressure. And listen, there's a way we could deal with this pressure successfully and become the man that we were created to be. Not just the man that the environment or the society interpret us to be, but the man that we were actually created to be. And that's very good. And that's some of the things I would like us to talk about over the next couple of episodes. Then the second pressure we face is the psychological pressure. We face this psychological pressure that is often identified as a midlife crisis. One of the things I've observed is the age for the midlife crisis has shrunk, because the need to achieve and to acquire and to attain is increasing on a daily basis. So it has reduced the age bracket through which the men exhibit that phenomenon called the midlife crisis. And I have this to say: it doesn't have to be. It does not have to be. You do not have to experience what is being tagged as midlife crisis in your life if you are really skilled, or if you have learned the art of being a man. And when I subsequently, in the subsequent episode, I'll talk about MAN as an acronym: maturity, accountability, neutrality. These things are things that detail the life of who becomes a man. Who becomes a man eventually, and it's just going to be interesting. Also, I would also like to say this, that one of the things that we have tendencies to easily lose as men is our courage. We have a tendency to lose courage, and you see, when a man loses courage, he has lost the basis of his existence. Courage, of all the definitions I have read about courage, one of the definitions I love the most is that courage is not the absence of fear, but it's your ability to act in spite of fear. Courage is your ability to act in spite of fear, and you are not supposed to lose courage. You are not supposed to lose heart. You are not supposed to lose your vigor, because that is what makes you a man. So don't lose your courage. Don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. Pick up your life from where it is. See, even though the performance pressure exists, the psychological pressure exists, but they are all targeting you to become discouraged, because things happen for us at different levels and at different paces and different times. So you are not supposed to lose your courage in life, although it's very easy to lose courage. It's very easy to lose your courage. It's very difficult to keep your courage. But the fact that it's difficult does not mean it's impossible. So you need to learn the art of becoming a man. And one of the still things you have to perfect is you do not have to lose your courage. Yes, you don't have to lose your courage. Don't be discouraged. Your life is not over. You are at a certain age, and it feels like everything you think every of your dreams that you want to achieve, you feel you have past time. No, don't be discouraged. Your time is going to come. Do not be discouraged. Next episode, I will talk about maturity, the M part of the acronym of a man. Maturity at the next episode. And please keep following us on all our social media handles. Like our page on Facebook, like our videos, help us share it, help us push this word out so that we can help a lot of men to become the man that they were created to be. Thank you so much for watching.